I'm telling you, the situation we are in now, Ghanaians don't need change. Change needs Ghanaians.
Repeat that, please. So, and Ghanaians don't need change.
Ghanaians don't need change.
Change needs
us. It means that we've gone past change. The situation is worse. That the change itself now is saying that please come and let me change you.
Order 4. KSM Kwaku Sentem Mesa Order Nsembia Tuja Wachire mu dinti a NPP 4 Omadi nkukuo kese sana a ebi sida ewo Ghana abakosem mu Member se mekani nyina anti mo menko he insama KSM edi tuja die kofa baaya NPP edi nkukuo sana.
You know, just our last program, I think we did the program and we said, change is here. Step aside. Please, anybody who missed that program is still online. Go on YouTube and you see it boldly there. Change is here. Step aside. That was the last show we did, you know, because just at that point, every discerning Ghanaian knew. Every discerning Ghanaian knew, said where we have gotten to in our development as a nation, and dear, we are messed up. I'm very, 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 very sorry. I'm very, very sorry to say this, but it's the truth. I'm sorry. NPP messed up. Big time. Folks, if we look at where Ghana is standing now, Charlie, the shock won't be easy. No, NPP messed up big time. And let me commend Bawumia before I continue with the message, because His Excellency Bawumia did something that was very, very fantastic. And as much as I say plainly where I disagree with him and where I think he's lacking, I also say plainly where I think he exercised good judgment. I'm telling you folks, Bawumia single-handedly prevented some amount of chaos and confusion in this country. Ask me why. Folks, you know, now we are in the digital age. I'm telling you, the two major parties, NDC and NPP, they all had their computer rooms, everything set up. And as we were voting, they were constantly in touch with their people, collating the results from the polling stations. NPP was doing it, NDC was doing it. So I'm saying that is where we are now. The political parties don't even have to sit down and wait. They are calculating themselves as the polling is going on. And the surprising thing, folks, even though the political parties are equipped digitally to monitor elections, sadly maybe the EC is not. So it got to the point where everywhere the results were trickling in, and all the suggestion was that the NDC was having a field day. That's all the results were saying. As it came in, presidential, parliamentary. Generally, it was like the NDC was really making an impact. And Ghanaians were like saying, okay, we know this is happening, but let's wait till we hear from the EC. Let's wait. It was getting to the point. Tell you, this is Ghanaians. We are full of suspicion and we are full of doubt. And in order to understand Ghanaians, you should always be up to date with the communication. You know, so the rumors started coming in. Why haven't we heard from the EC? Are they trying to rig? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? They could all be wrong, folks. But that's where perception is very, very dangerous. Everybody could have been wrong in terms of, oh, why are we not getting the results? Are they rigging? Blah, blah, blah. I am saying that the perception was beginning to come up, say, we have always suspected that the EC might rig this thing. Is that what they are doing? Correctly or wrongly, that is the perception. Okay? So I'm saying this. At the time when Bawumia came out to concede based on the factors that were happening, Charlie, it was just in time to calm tensions down in Ghana.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, following yesterday's presidential and parliamentary elections, Ghanaians at home and abroad have been sitting on tenterhooks awaiting the outcome of the election. Let me say that the data from our own internal collation of the election results indicate that former President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has won the presidential election decisively. The NDC has also won the parliamentary election, even though we await final collation for a number of seats. However, I believe ultimately that these will not change the overall outcome. See John Dramani Mahama to congratulate him as President-elect of the Republic of Ghana. I said during the signing of the Peace Pact that I was sure of two things. Ghana will win and peace will reign. The people of Ghana have spoken. The people have voted for change at this time, and we respect that decision with all humility. We have conceded defeat like any consummate Democrat would do. I am making this concession speech before the official announcement by the Electoral Commission to avoid further tension and preserve the peace of our country.
Show him some love, man. Yeah, it was just in the nick of time to calm tensions and say, after all, I'm conceded. So the results were the man has conceded. Let's move on, and that brought some sanity and some sort of peace into this country. Trust me, sir. If we're saying we're waiting for the EC to officially come out, I don't know. I'm not saying that they delayed intentionally, but I'm saying that whatever it is could have brought some very, very, very uncomfortable moments in Ghana. And yes, they were. We'll talk about that later. The people that died, very needless death. But this is not the show for it. This show, dear, is just to say we told Ghanaians that change is here. And we told Ghanaians that please let nobody get in the way of the change that Ghanaians are desiring. Otherwise, unfortunately, that's why I got to that. I said, let me big up Bawumia. Unfortunately, his timely concession speech calmed things in Ghana. And now we can all go on and move. Okay? So now that today, honestly today, I don't have any strict topic today. I'm just coming to air out some of the things that are on my mind. You know? Because when we did the last show, we said this to Ghanaians. I said it was my birthday. I don't want any gift from anybody. The only gift I want is say, let's go and vote wisely. And yes, Ghanaians, show some love to yourselves, man. As much as you say the turnout was low and everything, I think it was a very wise decision to vote for change. That's all I was saying. Let's change. And let's make this a permanent change. Say, anyone, any party, whoever has a chance to rule this country and becomes this corrupt as the NPP became, and become this arrogant, I'm sorry, very corrupt, very arrogant, very dismissive, the impunity. You know, the NPP started with so many lofty promises that convinced many of us that we are sure that this is the right direction. Unfortunately, something happened and all the lofty promises turned into disappointments. disappointments, and I think the most painful part, Dr. Bawumia, you say you are now going to go through retrospection to think about where you went wrong and everything and what you can put together.
But I assure you that we will regroup and come back even stronger. We will take stock of events and pick lessons to guide us going forward.
So let me spend a few minutes to tell you where I think the NPP went wrong. The arrogance became unbearable. The arrogance became so unbearable. The dismissiveness. Say, I got to point, they say, nobody else has anything. It's just whatever you say, whatever the NPP has decided to do, that is what they will do. The NPP became tone deaf. Mr. Bawumia, if you're listening to me, the party became tone deaf. They became insensitive. They became arrogant. Tell please, there are certain things that, when a president goes into a traditional area and the chief is sitting down and the president can instruct the chief to get up before you give me a handshake, it is wrong. It is disrespectful. It shows arrogance. It shows needless pride. There's one particular chief that I think the bodyguard was standing there telling someone stand up with the left. Folks, and you think people are not watching? You think people were not disappointed? You think people were not in disgust about that level of arrogance? It is not right. The Bible cannot go to Ochihni. Man can say Ochihni, oh sorry. What mean Kwahin Asantehni or Satantehni, sorry. So it is wrong, and people should know this. And when this was happening, of course, spin doctors will always come and spin things, but it was wrong. This is the level of arrogance that was pulling the NPP down. And then the whole Supreme Court is staffed with people who are loyal, not to Ghana, but loyal to the president. That is wrong, folks. You can't build a nation that way. That's why when I come here, I say it's nation time. And trust me, those of you who thought then that, this guy KSM, they say he's speaking for NDC. I'm glad that NDC is now in power. Let's see who is speaking for them. When they are right, I will salute them and talk about what is right. And when is wrong, I will sit here, right the same seat, and point out a piece. Direction in here, Achia. Why? Truth crash to El shall rise again. We are just sticking with the truth. We don't have any loyalty to any party. Our loyalty is to Ghana. Our loyalty to Ghana, which at this point is sinking. A sinking power. That's why I say change must come. And now there has been change. And as to whether we're going to lift it from the sinking stage or sink further, we'll see. But those of us here will be looking out. Folks, look, what is making me very, very happy is this. Ghanaians are becoming discerning. Remember one time I talked about the only force we need is the first force? And the first force is the people of Ghana. The people of Ghana can decide that, Charlie, this party is doing well, so we want them in. Even if it's 3 times crying found. The party is doing so well that we want them. Fine. The first force has made their decision. Even if it's 4 years, the first one can say, your first 4 years crying into Munko. That was what I was talking about. I said we needed a first force, which is simply people getting enlightened. And I think I'm happy to say we're getting there. Because if you know the amount of money my dear friend Bawumia spent in this campaign, the money they gave away, the flour, the sewing machines, the giveaway stuff it was a filthy amount of money with each year. From here to Tamale, posters and banners all over. Massa. And you think that when you do that, it just means that, Ghanaians will go say, Charlie, I'm going to vote for the NPP. Why? Hey, now we going flyers, no. They make an money for you. The comment to my NPP. Now we are poster no. When highway no so on kind there, everyone 250 be a banners yo let one more. Folks, Ghanaians don't think like that. That's all I'm saying. You can put out all the flyers. You can put out all the banners. You can do everything and dash out money left, right, and center, dash cars, do everything. Ghanaians will take it. They will smile. Yeah, that's it. But trust me, when they go into that little square, hey, they are there with their God and their conscience. They will take it and will vote for you. In Ashanti region, plenty people didn't go to vote. Not because they were probably giving the money and the gifts and everything. The reason they didn't go to vote is that, some typical Ashantis, dear, they know that the NPP has failed so much that they cannot go and vote for them. But, in all honesty, they can't vote for Mahama either. And plenty of that happened though. They know that in their conscience, my dream pie won't see me. How can I go for and vote for the NDC? So I won't even go and vote, And plenty of that happened in many areas when people decided that even though they are heavily disappointed with the NPP, they can't punish the NPP by voting the NDC into power, so they won't go cry. So that cash factor was getting in people's conscience. Remember, on this very same show, I told you there are two very powerful things. Money and conscience are very powerful. And I said sometimes money can be so powerful that it can buy conscience. But sometimes conscience is so strong that money cannot buy it. So somebody can take your money, but go and vote against you. Conscience. That money factor. And then the factor, certain characters in the NPP, I don't know where they came from. Known to me. And my dear friend, Excellency Bawumia, known to me was your campaign manager. Known to me. This character. Take a short look at him.
But there's solid money. What if I be able to answer solid money. I'm talking about solid money. What can I say? And the person who to me was a car. I am bango. I am gold. And the same gold there I can answer me. What if money for beauty translation? Money for beauty. Solid money. We are talking about solid money. Solid money. Oh, and that's money for beauty translation. Money for beauty translation.
Ghana for yesramo eti yesrase momma yemfa yeto yabano emfama eye John Dramani eti yesrase momma yemfa yeto yabano emfama eye John Dramani
And with all respects, an intelligent, learned person like you, Dr. Wabonia, you have this clown as a campaign manager. And even the bigger question, NPP, a party of intellectuals, we have the men. We are the ones who know what this country needs. We have the man. NPP, you can parade this man as your Ashanti regional chairman and be confident and happy? Oh my goodness. You don't count. And then what was that other character's name? Abonye. NPP. Look, things are changing in this country. I'm telling you. Things are changing in this country. And I'm telling you that Ghanaians are gradually getting discerning. And I'm telling you, by the time the next 4 years has come by the voting, you see how radically people have changed. Things are changing. We cannot go ahead parading people who talk, they just talk rubbish as our spokespeople because they're able to speak rubbish, and this is the person who will speak for us. On all the sides for both parties, please be discerning. Please. Now, let me say this. Change has come. NDC is in power. People are jubilating, yay, and yes, rightfully so. Let them jubilate. Let them enjoy. They have lived under some kind of oppression for too long. So if they're enjoying blah blah blah, let them enjoy. But the advice, and
please subscribe, comment, and share for more content.
Cautionary word out there. The advice I will send to the newly elected President Mahama is this. Mr. Mahama, the whole country was craving for change, and you rode on that wave of change to victory. I'm not saying it didn't work. You worked hard, you campaigned, you have a whole team, you all did extremely well. But the point is this: no matter how much work you put in, if the people still don't want any change, it doesn't amount to anything. So all I'm saying is that Mr. Mahama, NDC rode to victory until people want the change. So you are now in power based on the fact that you have promised the change. Let me just say this quickly. Change might be difficult. Change might be stressful. Change must be a tough thing. But I promise you, as difficult as you think change is not as difficult as managing change. And see, my good friend Mr. Mahama, this is your task now, NDC. You have rode on the wave of change, which means expectations are high. Now what is someone in Ghana for? You read on the wave of change, expectations are high. Now it is up to you to manage the expectations, and that is not easy. That is not easy. And I'm telling you, the same Ghanaians who are on the high now, you'll be surprised what they'll tell you in 6 months from now if you don't manage that change well. You'll be very, 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 very surprised. But right now, dear Charlie, I'm not going to America worker said, don't rain on my parade. Let me be happy small, So I'm not going to rain on the parade. Because right now things are high, the change that people needed, the change that they were not expecting is here. And I'm very, very, very surprised. There were many people that are here, are surprised by this change. Really? Really? So you didn't expect this change will happen, and see the tsunami, see the level of change, see the number of big wigs in the NPP that have been shut down. For me personally, some of the big wigs that have been shut down that I'm happy with, Katie Hammond. You're a grown person, you are matured, but you talk, basa. What is that? Howard Kunsen, Madam Rambo, Utmi Kokutiu. Who are you? All you are is somebody who has been elected. Being elected does not turn you into a god. And that's what you think you were. We are Howard Kunsen. And so what? Please take this time. There have been shootings in Kaswa. People have implicated you in him. I hope the law will take its course. I'm not saying anything. It's been alleged. But I hope the law will take its course. And people who are responsible for any deaths that came during this election should face the law and be punished by the law. As I said in my other presentation, no human being should die from an election. We're talking about, I'll do a separate show to look at the people who died from this election needlessly. Aren't we mature now as a nation that election is this and that, I'm picking this? And no. But why do you come and shoot me because I'm picking this? Why do you attack me because I'm not picking what you want me to pick? That is a sign of immaturity. That is a sign of somebody who has not evolved. And there are too many in the system now. And I hope that the law actually looks at all these cases, and people who have been responsible for other people's death must be punished. It is unthinkable that in 2024, Oko election, they can shoot you. Massa, what is that? You know? What is that? So please, I'm saying that not only Baumiana will go through retrospection. I think all NPP people too should join in the retrospection to find out why did this happen? Why was such a tsunami coming and roaring at us? We who were once boasting that we have won with over 1 million votes, how does that turn into now 2 million votes against you? Go and think. Please, go and think. And while I'm asking you to go and think, let me advise the NDC too. My friend told me a joke, and I'll share the joke here today. He says, I don't know and understand the NPP. The NPP arrives arrogant. Everybody know me arrogant. The NDC come in humble and then become arrogant. You see, they say the NPP will arrive arrogant, the NDC will come in humble and then turn arrogant. So now there's been this change, and I'm sure the NDC will go in humble, and might take it time, NDC, you also become arrogant. So start thinking about that now and start guarding yourself, because some of us here will let you know, say, Charlie, we are arrogant. Because that's the last thing Ghana needs. As we want to build this nation, the most critical thing we need is unity. The most critical thing we need is to bring all of Ghanaians together as one people. We are all Ghanaians. And my good friend who came on the show, I interviewed him some time ago, Manasseh said something that I really liked. He says, bad governance is like rainfall. When it rains, it affects everybody. You know, you can't say I'm NPP, so when it's raining, it won't affect me. Or I'm NDC, so the rain won't affect me. So bad governance is like rainfall. Once it rains, it affects everybody. So folks, NDC, I'm giving you all the time, say the energy, because we need a change. The change has come, but please don't become arrogant. Don't become dismissive. Don't get to the point where you think, say, you are who you are. Whatever we say doesn't matter. No. And I'm really trusting, say, coming back again. Former president now, another president again. No, you have learned all your mistakes. So what I'm advising NPP, go in and go through retrospection and realize that you became 10 gods. I have top NPP friends. And when I was talking to them, I said, Charlie, it looks like the people want change. You would say, oh, case and jai. They were so confident, and as to how they didn't even see that the grounds were bad, no, it's all just due to the part of the arrogance and the part of say we are where we are. And I won't forget Napo Baumia. Napo, if you failed, number one is because the NPP failed. Nanado failed Ghanaians miserably. And I've said this on my show. Remember when I did the show? Those of you who didn't know what my show, when I said Nanado dropped the ball, you can check on YouTube and go and see. That thing I'm saying now is new. I've been saying this. If you're hearing for the first time, when I watched it for the first time. But I did a show. I said, Nana, why did you drop the ball? Because you could have been a champ, you could have been a contender. The program is called Nanado Drops the Ball. Go back to YouTube and look at it. You know? And so the failure and the tone deafness of the president affected the whole party. And I'm saying to you directly today, my dear friend Omia, one of the reasons you couldn't succeed and you couldn't become president is because of Nanado's cocktail. Cocktail, now called the cocktail. And that is, he dragged you now. You went down together. I was surprised when the NPP was going down so massively, but somehow you thought that if you come and tell Ghanaians, Mofasiano mame, na me mikikano, Stiano emane, Mofasiano emane, Mama Mistiano, na mikikano, enko baby ayesi eko, Mama Mistiano. Somehow, Baumia, you thought that sentence would convince us Ghanaians, say, oh, Charlie, NPP has failed, but you understand, Baumia. And it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. And the last thing to come of everything, you want to take Napo as your vice. Are you serious? No, did they impose upon you as a party? They say, I know the party has a big role in everything. Did the party tell you, Baumia, Napo is the person you should pick for your vice, or did you sit down and go through your own checklist and arrive on Napo? I don't know. He was a disaster. What is his name? Kojo Yankson did something and he says Napo was other one statement away from the presidency. Like one statement can cause you your desire to be president. One statement from Napo can cost you. Look at the silly statements he made.
And you take your thumbprint and you vote for NDC. It's a haram. And you pray. And you pray for John Dramani Mahama to become president. Instead of that Kamamur Baumia. It's a haram.
Look at the silly posture he took when campaigning.
Messiah Fish 1957. Bakanya, Mofamo Kwame Krubado, Mofamo. Obia, you are the Mampania, one Bogana Hubai, and the Ghana Konanim, China Nadu Dankwa, Akufuado.
And you didn't think that was going to affect you? Were you okay with that? You have Napo as your vice president, and I'm telling you, many people were thinking, hey, so Baumia the president and Napo, his vice, he's not going to be the head of the economic team. People were scared. So, Mr. Baumia, there are plenty of things, but I'm just saying these are the things. So now advise yourself. Pick a different team. Pick intelligent vice. And you know what to do with the academic area, you know. And to the NDC too, who has now taken over power, there's a lot of euphoria now. But I know that Jay himself knows that he has no honeymoon. You know why? Because you've been on before, and you went and you tried to come back again. It wasn't possible, and you have finally done, and you're back again. So JM, you yourself know that there's no honeymoon for you. I've read the 120-day social contract you have with Ghanaians. Fantastic on paper, and I advise you, please stick with it and translate that into reality, because a very people are just like one district, one factory, and Pualugu, all those people things that people were boasting at. So please, I hope, you know, and I don't want to get into anything yet, because right now it's a euphoria. And those of you who are Christians, what does your Bible say? Rejoice with those that rejoice. So right now there's a euphoria. The change has come. So let's all enjoy that we have had that change. And Ghanaians, thank you for giving me that birthday present. Send me there, Miss Me Parents. No, vote wisely. You did vote wisely. But, Charlie, do not underestimate the Ghanaian ever. Ever. All the money that you give away, the flour, the rice, the cars, the whatever you be. If I'm daring anybody from the NPP to come up with the budget, if you can, I'm sure you can't, the budget that Baumia spent campaigning to be president, and see how much money has been thrown away. In Kusiaga, Ghanaians came, got it, and chopped it. And because they don't want to vote for you, they say they won't even show up to vote. That is the Ghanaian. Do you see, do you realize how much they drowned my ear with cheddar? Before I interviewed cheddar, you look on my page. KSM bring cheddar. KSM bring cheddar. Number 12 and number 12. It was so massive. And I was telling Ghanaians, wait, I'm still talking to his management, and I'm sure I'll speak to cheddar. So, cheddar. You see? Election, cheddar, you're saying. 6. So me, I'm just telling you people, Ghana for there, we are different people. We are and get what we can get. But trust me, we are reaching a level that our conscience your conscience and you to give us what you can give us, but our conscience and it is a somebody cried to me last minute, this thing is going to go to round 2. I say, why? I say, hey, I'm very, very sure Cheddar has got the youth. And he'll be able to get at least 5% of the youth, and that will force a second round. Yeah? Someone. Therefore, I love you people. I love us. But you have to take your time to study and to understand us. That's what Kwame Nkrumah said. So Ghanaians may appear timid. Ghanaians may appear like they don't know what they're doing. But trust me, don't mess with Ghanaians. Don't mess with us, oh. NPP, you mess with Ghanaians. You mess with that certain region to think that, oh, this is our World Bank. No matter what we do, Asante will never let us down. And Asante advised you, Nanado. Asante told you, he said, I think we have the tape here. Listen to what Asante told you.
Fire Duma, Nebua Ghana for a dinqua, necessary whoopper. Said the upgrade a dinqua, the Bell Diva Comus and Passable Mampanibi by near friend and out of that, or Baba Ghana year. So, do I bring it here and say, Pet my yard, Diana, Dachi, Yakase, or Mampanibi by Ghana, near friend and out of Danko, or Bayard, depending on any dazzle. Nifanyina Ghana for Ghana for many thousand. The trouble ya ye bobo se wawe obi gina TV 3 so o ka kire nipa na wo se una TV company fo no ko dwama ama o ka kire nsa ban de kom ne abufuo na to ye so we na bi ka ko gina TV 3 kan se ko ma na ka kire nsa de kom ne abufuo na to ye Naza akọ na na do so ka kire nsa te ekom ne abufuo so no nso ba no anya de kom ne abufuo be sa ato ati kan kire na do so ba ne so wa hwe ya ekom ne abufuo no de pam ma no en bi ne de pam
they cause advice so I say Ghana for see the company before and they do too Mahama. Now so ban one here the company before it be true. So there you have it. Folks, this is my first talk shop after the election. Of course, there'll be more coming because over here at Talk Shop they are very vigilant. Whoever is in government, Charlie, we dey look you eyeball to eyeball, a good Rebecca, a chance to Rebecca. Now finally, easy. Whenever you happen to get the results, hopefully say it, give it out. You know, it is so surprising that one of the press conferences that the EC had, they gathered all the press people, will be excited, say, oh, we have come to tell you that we have nothing to tell you. Basically, we haven't received any information from anywhere. So basically, we don't know what is going on in Ghana. What will be that? I always could quote my good friend Kofi Wayo, what he did that? What will be that? So hopefully somewhere along the line we'll get it. But once again, I started with the thank you to Bamia. Let me thank him again because that early concession was a stroke of genius because you have helped maintain a certain calm and sanity in the system. To all the police, the polling booth that I was excellent. I mean, care about any other polling booth, but the polling booth that I voted were excellent. Whenever there was any giddy, they were there on time to check things and everything. So from where I stand there, Police did fantastic job. I give them a big up for their great work that they did here, and I'm sure they did many. Of course, there were few troubled areas, but that is expected. But overall, Ghana Police, I think you did a fantastic job. Dampare, I think your men or boys did a good job. Let me end up here today, and let me tell you that Talk Shop will be coming your way sooner than you think. Oh, there's something that I haven't talked about, but I'll be talking about. Let me prompt you. All the prophecies. I feel they are so for number 2 board also. those assholes who says, hey,
please subscribe, comment, and share for more content.
They're all around there, but they are not for today. We'll do a special show for them. We'll hunt them and remind them of what they said. Stick around, folks, and we are calling it off for now, and we'll be back when the time comes. See ya.
Thank you so much for watching. Kindly don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay safe till we meet in the next one. I love you, and it's bye for now.